Okay, so we're at the detached garage, almost at the backyard of 271 Elm Grove. And you'll notice here, this is the two-car attached garage, the driveway, and then the fence area, which is problematic. So I'm just going to do a quick video tour to explain more specifically what the issues are. So we'll start over here first. You'll notice over here, there's dirt which has come right through the fence all along here. And that dirt is actually coming from about 6-inch elevation on the neighbor's place. So you'll notice here the dirt is much higher than where my property is. And so it's about 6 inches and it's all dirt. So that dirt leaches under the fence all the way down the driveway. So every time I clean that out, it causes significant problems in terms of water coming onto my side. So essentially what you have here is the tree goes onto my lot line, and the water hose goes on the lot line as well, which I think you've addressed sort of. But you'll notice here that there's dirt and rocks coming out from underneath. And once again, there's a 6-inch elevation at the other side. So that dirt is elevated. You can see at the baseboards there's actually dirt up against the baseboards of the fence there. And all this rock and dirt is actually coming from the other side. So there's overwhelming evidence that, clearly the water's coming in from that side. As you go down here, you'll see more and more. I tried putting bricks here to stop the water. I tried putting a little bit of a pseudo barrier because we were getting totally inundated with water. And you'll see here there's a downspout right here, which is aimed at our house. It's about, I'd say about 4 feet away from our property line. And this gets going quite substantially when it rains really hard. So that's one downspout. But the more problematic downspout is over here, which is where we see all of my mulch has basically been fully eradicated. You'll see the blocks have been pushed over from dirt and water pushing off of the other side. All the mulch has been completely pushed out. You'll notice here that the mulch actually comes out from underneath the property line, and it actually goes into this sewer grate. So both of my sewer grates are fully inundated. This is one sewer grate which is covered in mulch every time it rains heavily, and then that sewer grate over here is always this sewer grate over here is always covered in dirt. So this is kind of the distal sewer grate, which goes more to the dirt here. So that's something which needs to be looked at too. So as we dive in a little bit further, we see that clearly my property line, he points to water. This driveway was angled medially, meaning toward the sewers. This new patch of concrete was fully inspected by the building inspector, and it actually angles toward my house this way. So again, you'll see all these problems from the other side, and you'll see clearly that this is where the crux of the issue is, right here. So I'm going to send you a photo of this downspout just spewing things out. And there's something here. I don't know exactly what these things are, but there's several of these things sticking out. I don't know exactly what these are, but you'll see here that there's an angulation down toward my side of the property. And you'll see here as well, you'll see how there's a huge slope from the top of the screen downwards. And that huge slope was created because the first step was actually covered in landscaping. And I'm going to show you that in a second, where the first step of their property was actually covered in landscaping. So you'll see here, the house is not, the steps there used to be a few steps to enter. Now there's one less. So you'll notice here the property line slants downward substantially right here. So if you look at the slant from here down, it's quite substantial. And that's where a ton of water comes from as well. And this whole thing is slanted toward me. So you'll see that what I tried to do is build a trench there to protect my side of the property a few years ago. It didn't quite work. I'm just going to show you the other side here. Once again, look at that slant. That slant is tremendous, and it's actually something which is putting a ton of water into the property. So, and then the last thing I just want to point out is The driveway is on my side of the property, so this corner is on my side of the property. So this needs to be mediated as well, because you'll see how small this stretch is versus how big the stretch is down there in terms of property size. So that corner is actually on my side, and it needs to be remediated. But you'll see that clearly this part of the concrete, all the concrete is slanted toward my house. So there's never any water that goes on. So he can say whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, you know, you can't really dispute that he keeps his ground higher. The water's coming over, it is not being retained. I'm not only getting dirt, but I'm getting rocks and all kinds of things coming over. How can you say that it's on my side of the property when I continually get all the rocks and all the nonsense coming off the other side? So I'll pause there for now, and hopefully that'll be good enough.